What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I am Sam, and this is Jordyn, and we have a lot of things to go over this week. It's been a jam-packed week. We're still here. We're still friends after this past weekend. But I see you're not even representing the Eagles today.
I've moved on. It's almost pitchers and catchers. Happy baseball season. NFL regular season is over and it nearly killed me. So that's great. Speaking of nearly killing me, no.
Yeah.
That was extremely dramatic, but I told Sam that I had a story to tell her. She's not going to believe this. This would only happen to me. Okay? Let me make that clear. So, last Friday, I'm working. I was in the office. Flash backward to Thursday night. I made myself a gorgeous salmon in the air fryer. I put it over an angel hair pasta with like a buttery white wine, lemony sauce. Phenomenal. Like so good. If you don't make salmon in the air fryer yet, do it. And then once you do it, you will never go back. 10 out of 10. So I made the perfect portion for me to have one serving that night and then take the leftovers to work the next day. Okay. So I literally had it all in the Tupperware container. But that Friday night, I was going right from the office to New York. So that Friday morning, I was all over the place. Like I was making sure I had all of Abby's birthday gifts and my outfit for that night and makeup and stuff to sleep in and all that fun stuff. So I was all over the place and I forgot my leftovers. And I realized when I was like 3 minutes from the office and I was fuming, like texted Brian. I was so upset. My whole team, I was like, I can't believe I forgot my fucking salmon. Like I was so distraught over the salmon. And I was like, whatever, I'll just go to Chick-fil-A for lunch, pick it up. No big deal.
Oh no.
So I go through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. I get to the window. I order. It's packed. It always is. This Chick-fil-A is there's always a line. So I'm on the phone with Abby, said friend who I'm going to visit in New York. We're talking. She's like running around the city looking for tights for her outfit, blah, blah, blah. I pay. There, I'm the first person in line waiting to like get my food and leave on the phone with Abby. And all of a sudden I hear, boom.
No!
I was rear-ended in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And it was loud. Like I was convinced my bumper was hanging off of my car. Like it was so, and I just got this car like over the summer, 2023 Honda Civic, like gorgeous.
You are joking.
So I get out of the car and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And I look behind me and there's an old woman, like so scared. And I was like, okay, deep breaths. I was like, cause she's old. Like how can I blame her? Like it's an old lady.
Yeah.
So I run up to her car and I'm like, are you okay? First off. She was like, yes, I'm so sorry. I hit the gas instead of the brakes. Like I was just trying to inch up. Like, and I guess she just like slammed on the gas and rammed into me. And I looked at my car. There's like no dent, no crazy damage. It's like she had a gray Honda and there's like a little scratch. So it's like it may come off on its own with a good car wash. But so I was like, she was like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And I was like, can I just take a picture of your insurance, get your phone number and let me snap a pic of your license plate and we'll be good. And I'm going to take it over to the dealership and see what they do. But can say that was a first for me, getting rear-ended in the fucking drive-thru.
I swear, every time you just are planning on doing literally anything in your life, some sort of car issue or you leave your keys on the Amtrak and your car's stuck and then this car gets towed and you get booted. It's just like Jordyn has called me in absolute shambles so many times in our life referring to things happening to her car.
Yes. The first one being, this wasn't really related to my car, but do you remember when we were working at NFL Films? Sam was a productions assistant. I was an intern. And I literally got this like flu that nearly killed me. And I was like,
COVID. That's what you got.
I was literally patient zero. I swear to God, because I had COVID like the month before COVID actually happened.
This was like February 2020.
Yes. And I literally was dying and I was like pulled over on the side of the road, like This is so disgusting. I'm so sorry. Dry heaving mucus like out of the side. Like I couldn't breathe. Like I was dead. And I called Sam and I was like, I don't know what to do. And she was like, just call out. She was like, you need to call out. She was like, do not come here. Like,
Go home.
Come here. So I called our supervisor and I was like, I can't come in. And they were like, okay. And I'm like, having an anxiety attack in my car. And I think that was the first panicked phone call I ever gave you.
Yeah. And I remember seeing her name on my phone and like, at this point we had just met. Like Jordyn, I think it might have been the first time she ever called me ever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, like something is horribly wrong. Which I mean, there was something wrong, but my mind immediately went to like a horrible place.
Yeah.
And I was like on the phone, and then I think Brian, the editor, came in and he was like, who are you talking to? And I was like, Jordyn's on the side of the road. And he was like, what?
But yeah, and then since then it's been parking tickets, booting, car getting towed, getting rear-ended, you name it. Oh yeah, leaving my keys on the train going into New York City and then having my car stuck in a parking garage.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been fun.
That was a rough one. Yeah. Because I was personally there as she's sifting through her backpack and going, I don't have my keys. I don't have my key. Where are my keys? Where are my keys? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, Jordyn, they're there. And I'm like, dun, 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 dun. She's like, no, they're not there. And I'm like, well, nothing you can do about it now.
That was probably the worst train ride home I've ever had, because it was just like,
could imagine.
I was stuck on it for like an hour and a half, and I just had to sit there and think, like, how the fuck am I getting my car out of this parking garage?
You go through it.
I do. I do go through it with cars.
You do.
However, I mean, compared to all that though, like getting rear-ended was like nothing.
Well, thank God you and the old lady are okay, and she didn't obliterate your car.
Yes. No, it could have been
sucky.
And I was worried. I had no idea what happened initially, and it was so loud. Like it was.
Have you ever been rear-ended before?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's a weird feeling.
It is, because I was just like, and I'm on the phone with Abby, and Abby was just like, what just happened? I was like, I got rear-ended. And she was like, in the drive-thru? Like, she literally just heard me order like 3 minutes ago. And then she texted me and she was like, are you still going to be able to come up tonight? And I was like, I need 1 second to like process.
Can I please eat my chicken?
I just want a chicken nugget and my Chick-fil-A sauce. But I did go to New York and all was well. But yeah, I just knew you would laugh at that because of my history of insane car stories.
Because of course.
Of course. Why would it not happen to me, honestly?
Yeah. Well, that's fun. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah,
it doesn't, but honestly, I'm not surprised at all. No. I'm really not.
No. You guys, I'm sure you'll hear another one in another crazy car story in about 5 months.
I was gonna say like 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, no, literally, it happens once or twice a year. Something completely absurd and insane happens with my car, so that's great.
Amazing, I love it. Well, we have a lot of stuff to go over today. We have a lot of things going on in the pop culture world. We got a lot of stuff going on in the NFL world, but I want to just like take a minute to talk about these videos I've been seeing on TikTok recently.
Tell me
about these young girls and Sephora and like Drunk Elephant specifically, like that brand is something that they're like absolutely obsessed with. And at first I was just like, I thought this was kind of like a trend, like one person like made like a story time about she was like an employee and these girls were being super nasty in her store and like saying like, where is this, get me this, blah blah, like being very demanding. They're between the ages of like 9 and 12, most of them. It's like, have you seen any sort of videos, or like you've just kind of heard about it?
I saw like this one video of a girl going through her 10-year-old sister's makeup and skincare collection, but I thought it was just like an isolated thing.
Apparently it's like a phenomenon right now, and most of these girls are very I don't know what word to use without being like bitchy, but like annoying,
Okay.
basically. And like people were saying like Sephora should like ID people to go in because like it's getting out of hand. And they are using retinol and like all this like skincare stuff, which like as like a 9, 10-year-old girl, to wash your face and put on moisturizer is one thing, but to like have like a 10-step skincare is like bananas.
I
I didn't
know.
have skincare. I know you only recently developed your
Like in
skincare
the last
routine.
year, I got a skincare routine.
I didn't like wash my face through college. Like
No.
that was like not a thing that I did.
I used a Neutrogena makeup wipe, and that was it.
Which is also not very good for you.
No,
I've been
apparently it's
finding out.
awful.
It's awful for you. And but like I finally like figured out my skincare probably in the last like 2 years, 2 to 3 years. I started out small. My friend kind of like gave me like a little set and she was like, "Please wash your face." And I was like, "Cool." And I've seen the effects. Like my skin is the best it's ever looked and I
Yes.
can tell like it's going to stay this way for years to come. I can tell.
But I
But
feel
like
like 20 to 25 is a very honestly, you know what? I'll even bump it up. 21 to 25. You
mhm,
graduate college, you get situated. Like that is the time to figure out your skincare routine. Like this is when we're really like, and especially
right.
once you hit 25, like now it's like, okay, by your next birthday, you're closer to 30. Like this is the time for us to start doing like anti-aging. A
Right.
9-year-old with retinol?
But like it could be like damaging to their skin
Yeah,
because it's so
harsh.
powerful. Like you're
Yeah.
not supposed to use like I'm pretty sure you're only supposed to use retinol like once, maybe twice a week. Like
Yeah.
it is not but like these girls and I've seen like these like get ready with me's and these girls are like sitting there just like putting stuff on like just like 10 layers of creams and then they start putting on their makeup and like they're using Charlotte Tilbury, they're using Rare Beauty, they're using Milk. Like I'm I don't like I am a makeup girly. I love doing my makeup. I love buying products. I love trying products. I watch a shit ton of makeup videos. I can get those types of products when I get like gift cards for my birthday or I get travel size versions of that. Like Charlotte Tilbury is so fucking expensive.
Ridiculously expensive.
And like yes, if people like if parents are buying that for you, like I can't tell you how to parent your child, but like you should know what you're buying for your child because
Yes.
I bought my Rare Beauty blush probably 2 years ago and I'm still using it. The
No,
same one.
I'm the same way.
Cuz you need a dot on either side of your cheeks. It's like it's insane. And I'm like just buy elf products if you want to start off and like do your makeup for fun. Elf product, I just spent $50 on elf and I got a literal box
Yes.
of stuff. It's just I can't even imagine being a Sephora employee right now because if it were me, I would be losing my shit.
Yeah, no, I can't even imagine. And my younger sister, I said that as if you don't know her, but Spencer, she's been big. Like, she's always loved skincare.
Yeah.
Well, not always, but it started like, I want to say like right after high school. She was like 18, 19. But for her, like, so I did grow up with like a younger sister obsessed with skincare, but also she's going to school to be like a medical esthetician. Like, this is like
Right.
her career. She's like studying this, and she still doesn't even have, like, I thought she had a lot. And from what I saw in that one video and from what it sounds like, there's like this pandemic of 9 to 12-year-olds just obsessed with skincare. You don't need that much at fucking 10.
No. It's like it's crazy. And then parents are just fueling the fire. Like find like also like there's like products that have like a lot of chemicals in them. Like they probably
Yeah.
shouldn't even be putting them on their face unless you know like how it works kind of thing. Like it's just and there was another video I saw of a Sephora employee who basically was like, clean up the drunk elephant section with me. And she's showing, and boxes are ripped. People, like, apparently girls were just like opening unopened, like, boxes of product to like test it, even though there's a tester there. And they're like, oh, yeah, just use the tester. And these girls are just like, I'm not touching that. That's disgusting. And they would open brand new boxes and like try them out and then just be like, no, I don't want it. And like, it's like the audacity of some of these. I'm sure not all these 10-year-old girls are like this, but the ones that are acting like this are the ones that are getting the attention, obviously. So
Sephora really should be like, you cannot enter without someone 18 or older present.
Right, like have a parent with you and like have your like discipline your kids.
Yeah.
I never understood this whole gentle parenting thing. I don't know if I'm not gonna scratch somebody's, you know, nerves here, but like you have to discipline your child and not in a hitting way. You don't have to hit your kid, but you have
No.
to tell them what's wrong and what's right.
Yeah, no, I think my mom had like a perfect combination of like gentle and I don't know what the alternative is, but she always
Regular parenting.
regular parenting.
Yeah.
It was always like my mom was my best friend growing up. Like she respected me and I respected her. So she would give me all of the freedom in the world. But if I crossed any lines or like acted out of line, she told me straight up, like, get your shit together. Like,
Yep.
which I thought like that was the perfect balance for me. And like it worked for me and my sister. Like, I don't know. I feel like just letting kids have like free reign it's dangerous.
Especially that young. They're still developing their brains.
Oh
But
my
anyway,
God.
I just had to rant about that because shit is crazy and I've just been seeing it all over my TikTok and like just be a kid. I didn't even know what makeup was until I got to college.
No, when I started really wearing makeup in high school, and girl, it was some of the most atrocious shit you have ever seen. I did the thickest amount of black eyeliner, not even just on my waterline, also under my eye. I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know how to like, I didn't contour. I used like a BB cream and the most intense eyeliner you have ever seen. I looked scary.
And everyone needs to go through that.
You know what? I will pull up a picture.
We love that.
I will publicly roast myself right now.
I was in college from the years 2014 to 2018. So I was in like the peak of that 2016 makeup where it was like everything was matte and like the dark eyebrows and the intense liner, like, and I was just getting into makeup and I was like, oh my God, this is the most stunning thing I've ever seen. I need to get into this. And I would buy foundation that was way too dark for me and like just smear it all over my face. It was disgusting.
Oh yeah. I was like, oh my God, I'll just buy a tanner shade.
And then I'll be tan. It's like crazy.
Wait, I'm pulling up my and I had the harsh line on my chin. Like harsh line.
Yeah. No,
I feel like I didn't actually know how to do makeup until like the last 2 years.
My makeup has changed a lot over the last couple of years, especially during COVID because I had nothing to do. So I literally oh no.
I just need to find some of these. Like
I'm
what?
so excited. I feel like I've definitely seen some of these pictures before.
All right, I'm gonna out Abby too.
Fuck it.
But she had like a YouTube channel for makeup.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, no, she was like good at makeup. Oh my God, no, these are so bad. I'm trying to figure out which one is the worst.
I don't even have any pictures on my Facebook of me wearing any makeup because I didn't really wear makeup in high school.
This was my senior year of high school homecoming, okay?
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
I'm dragging.
Sorry to our audio listeners who will not be seeing these photos. Go to our YouTube. Watch it on YouTube. So you can see the pictures.
I was wearing like burgundy lipstick, which low-key was a slay. However, my eyeshadow is just a black fog.
Oh no, Jordyn, this was not Halloween.
This was my senior homecoming.
You look like you're trying to be a vampire for Halloween.
Right? And look, you can see the black eyeliner underneath. There's no actual shading. I don't even know if I'm wearing mascara. And also, you can see there's zero contour, zero blush. God forbid I didn't look literally like a Cullen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the vibe. Was to look as dead as possible.
Yes.
Like a vampire.
You could I could have been in Twilight after
The
this
burgundy
picture.
lip, I gotta say, you should invest in some dark lipstick and like,
Really?
yeah.
I just did a red lip this weekend and I loved it.
It looked amazing.
Thank you.
It's like the bold lips they kind of work for, especially with your dark hair.
Thank you. Oh, but yeah, no. 10-year-olds, lay off, okay?
Yeah. Chill out.
Find some weird young obsession. You are going to look back and you're going to cherish those memories. I just saw someone pull out a box of Justin Bieber merch from like 2012. And I was like, times were simpler here. Like, I would give anything to go back. Stop trying to age yourself. You don't want to be, because now we need a skincare routine. It's not fun for us. If we don't do it, we get old and wrinkly. Like, enjoy your youth.
You know how much at the end of the day I sit there in the bathroom, I've like brushed my teeth, and I'm just like, I just want to lay down.
Yep.
And I'm like forcing myself to at least put some moisturizer on because I'm like, I'm so tired. I just want to go to sleep. Sometimes, I mean, I'll admit I don't do my skincare every day, but I will wash my face every day before I go to sleep. That's like the one thing I do.
And I've honestly been really, really good about washing it in the morning too. Like that, I will wash my face twice a day. I will use moisturizer at least once a day. Yeah, and I have like my hyaluronic acid and my niacinamide, like all that stuff.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
And if you want a skincare routine, literally get The Ordinary. It's so cheap.
Yes,
it gets the job done. That's what I use. It's like fantastic. It's like you don't need freaking retinol. Anyway, we're delving too deep into this.
Yes.
Let's talk about the pop culture side of things first, because there was so much that happened at the Golden Globes. Aside from the fact that Taylor Swift was wearing the most stunning, gorgeous green dress I've ever seen. That is her color. She looked incredible. Oh my God. Apart from that, there was so many things that happened at this. The first thing that I want to touch on is the Barbie comments. Have you seen the Barbie? Okay, you have. I can tell from your face that you've seen the Barbie comments. We talked about Barbie movie on this podcast. We both loved it. We saw it in theaters. Excellent movie. Every young girl in their life should see, every woman should see this movie. It is incredibly empowering. The whole point of it is to show these are all the things that women can do. Like, women are people. That's the whole premise of this movie.
Yep.
Am I missing any like major points there?
No, I just feel like it really showed like the stereotype that women technically fall under, and showing that like it doesn't have to be this way. Women can be powerful. Women are independent. And it's like really encouraging like uniqueness, be your own person, like really empowering for women, girls, all ages.
Everywhere. And the men that I was with when I saw the movie, half of them were crying during it because like it's just like they like kind of opened their eyes a little bit, like holy shit, like this is what people like what these women go through every day, all the time. And the person who hosted the Golden Globes, I found out his name is Joe Coy. I've never heard of him before this.
No, me either.
Apparently he's a stand-up comedian.
And I hope I never see him again.
He decided to come out onto the stage, was doing his monologue, talked about how Oppenheimer was this incredible movie based on this 700-something page book about the nuclear bomb and like all this stuff. And then he's just kind of diminished Barbie by saying, and Barbie is about a lady with big plastic boobies. And it was like, once you pan to the audience, it was just dead faces. Yep. Like, you could tell everybody was like, you did not watch this fucking movie. No. You missed every fucking point. Like, that one sentence literally diminished everything that movie did, which is insane. But I'm like, how do you like there are better ways to make jokes like if you want to make a joke about it, make a joke about it. Everybody's open to it. But like I was not cool with it.
No, I thought the whole thing was extremely uncomfortable, and it made me so upset because in the year of Barbie, in the year of the Eras Tour, in the year girlhood thrived in 2023. Like, I feel like it was so much fun to be a girl last year, because the one thing that's really frustrating, and I feel like you and I have, like, we can say this so wholeheartedly because we're sports girlies and girlies. Like, we check both boxes. And if you don't, that's absolutely fine. But I think for us to be able to be like, I feel like there's always this harsh line where, like, guy sports fans obsess over their teams. It kills their whole mood if they lose. The only thing they'll talk about if they place the parlay that night is the parlay. Did it hit? Did they get their anytime touchdown score? But when we live stream the Eras Tour, we're weird and nerdy and obsessive and dramatic and over the top and all this stuff. And I think the point of the Barbie movie was to show, like, girls can have passions. Like, girls can love things. Like, we can do whatever the fuck we want to do. Like, it doesn't matter. And the fact that also, like, the comparison of Oppenheimer to Barbie, like the way he worded everything, literally, like, as you already said, but it just shows that everything went completely over his head. And yeah, it took away from the fact that, like, it was such a fun year to be a girl. And yeah, we can be girly. We can fucking love pink and still take over the world. Like, who cares? And I just thought it was so insensitive. I thought it was ridiculous. And then you could tell he was trying to, like, cover his ass by being like, oh, I didn't write all these jokes. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. You should have not said it. Like,
Yeah.
And then I know we're going to get into it too, but he had these comments about Barbie, and then he had comments about Taylor, which was like, are you, like, he literally was just like, boom, boom, like, I'm going to knock out every woman in America right now. And I don't think anyone's recovered since. And his comments about Taylor were ridiculous, essentially saying that the Golden Globes wouldn't be showing her as much as the NFL, as much as she's shown at NFL games. Mm-hmm. And it cuts to Taylor, who literally was just like, and took a sip of her drink, made no real reaction, no face, just sipped her champagne. And then everyone was saying Taylor overreacted by not. And I was like, what?
Like, what do you want her to do in that situation? Laugh?
Yeah.
Like,
the jokes weren't funny, boy.
The jokes weren't funny. I took the money, bitch.
Yeah, no, I was fuming that night. And I'm upset with the Golden Globes because, like I mentioned, it was like the year of girlhood. And, like, Mean Girls is about to come out. We could have gotten, like, Tina Fey hosting. Like, why didn't we have, like, a funny, strong, powerful female to host this year of all years? And granted, if you're going to have a guy, fine, but don't take away from everything that, like, really inspired women this year. It's just, it just squashed it all. I thought it was disheartening and rude, and I hated it.
Yeah. To add to your point, what I've seen a lot of people talk about is the fact that they're talking about Taylor Swift overreacting by pursing her lips and taking a sip of her drink when a mean comment was made about her. But everybody talked about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock across the face like a crazy person, and not one singular person was like, oh my God, Will Smith is just, he's so dramatic. He's overreacting. Like, people were just talking about the incident as a whole. Did they say he was crazy? 100%.
Yeah.
But, like, that also is not overreacting. That is just reacting.
That's a reaction.
And it was a very minor reaction on top of it.
Yes. Oh my God. And then I also saw on Twitter where they cut at one point, I don't know if it was right after the Barbie joke, but at one point they cut to Ryan Gosling, who was also making a pursed lip, straight face, no reaction. No one's talked about him at all.
And they were just like, oh no,
no one's saying he's overreacting.
You want to know what I saw about Ryan Gosling and his reaction? I saw, wow, he really kept his cool. Wow, he really pulled that off so well. And you were like, he did exactly the same. It just, if you guys are not Taylor Swift fans, and, like, you don't have to like Taylor Swift to, like, be infuriated about this. I feel like this is an overarching theme. But if you're unfamiliar with Taylor's discography and, like, don't really know a lot, but you're willing to listen to something, please listen to the song "The Man."
Yep.
It encapsulates everything that happened that night. and everything that has happened and will continue to
Yeah.
happen, because it's basically just saying how Taylor Swift, if she was a male performer, would be she is the most outstanding and one of the richest performers in the United States, if not no, in the entire world.
Yeah.
If she was a dude, people would be literally licking the ground that she walked on.
Yep. She
It
could do
would be
no
so
wrong.
different.
And yet every little thing she does gets crucified.
Mhm.
Everything, every move she makes. And she's just out there living her best life, not giving a fuck.
As she should, because you know what? She's a fucking billionaire.
She's a billionaire. She could buy me. Like literally, she could.
She could do a lot of things. And you want to know why? And that's why she doesn't, I think, get as upset as she could, is because she knows people are just saying that because of how good she is.
Exactly.
And
And
again, even if you're not a Taylor Swift fan, you just have to just respect this overarching theme that we are seeing consistently in awards and other places.
yep. I am low-key hoping for a Joe Coy diss track on the next album though. Wouldn't be mad.
I would love
not
that.
be mad at all.
I would absolutely love
She
that. That
literally
would
left the recording studio yesterday. Like she was recording yesterday. What was she recording? I'm hoping a Joe Coy diss track. That's what I'm hoping
for
for.
sure. This is the year that Taylor Swift just pummels Joes. That's just the overarching theme. Fuck all Joes.
Also, speaking of that, and this will lead to a good segue.
Okay.
Someone was saying there's been a lot of talk. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but I've seen a lot of reports of like Travis Kelce considering retiring, which I think is crazy.
Whoa, I haven't seen that at all.
Yeah, no, and like reports, I mean, like I've seen like some like random news articles like talking about it. So I don't think there's any truth to it. I think Jason's gonna retire this year.
Mhm.
Travis, he's getting up there, but I still think he's got another 2-3 years left. Easy. 1 to 2 easy.
I would say 1 to 2, yeah.
Yeah. But someone posted a screenshot of whatever news outlet said that. I was like, oh my God, Taylor Swift isn't going to want him anymore. And someone commented back and was like, girl, she dated a D-list actor who wouldn't even let her go outside for 6 years. You think she's going to care if this man retires? I was crying.
I think it's so funny, the constant like when people were talking about the Globe before the Globes happened, and they were like, yeah, like Taylor is expected to go, blah blah blah, but Travis is not, despite being in LA because the Chiefs were playing the Chargers.
Yeah.
And they were just like, I don't get it, like you should be supporting her, blah blah. And
Yes.
it's like, but like I was like, no one is used to Taylor Swift dating somebody who has a job. And like like Homeboy was, I mean, granted, he didn't play, but he has to be there. It's his job to be
Yes.
there. And like, he has football. Like, you can't just miss football because of the fucking Golden Globes.
No,
It's hilarious.
especially week 18 of the NFL season. Like, again, he wasn't even playing. Controversial decision. I get it, but
Yeah.
you know, I saw one of those too and I was laughing and I was like, I just want to hug all the Swifties because
No,
like
they're so like
the non-NFL Swifties that just like
Yes.
don't they can't just
they
like
don't know.
choose to not go to a game. Like, and
I know,
also
it's so pure, kind of, because
it
you're
is,
just like,
it's so
oh, you
cute.
just don't know, and that's okay. You're learning.
No, literally, I saw one. It wasn't the exact same one you were talking about, but someone was literally saying, like, I think it was they quote tweeted Adam Schefter's report that he wasn't playing, and the girl was like, "I don't get it. If he's not even going to play, why can't he go to the Golden Globes?" And I was like, "Oh, sweetie, like, it's okay. It's okay. He does have a job,
Yeah.
and I do think he is getting special treatment though, because apparently they were out in LA after. And normally, like, they have to get right on a plane and go home. So, like, I do think he is getting certain special treatment. And, like, he's Travis Kelce. So, like, I get it. But, yeah, like, they'll let him fly home on his own so we can get a couple hours with her kind of thing. Like, I'm getting those vibes. But no, Travis Kelce cannot miss a game.
Yeah.
To be Taylor's +1.
Yeah. I'm sure he's really looking forward to the fact, though, like, assuming that they're going to be together for a while, that if and when he does retire in the next 1 to 2 years, he's just going to be following her around like a puppy dog.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be
Absolutely.
incredible. Like we'll probably see more Travis Kelce post NFL than we have
Absolutely.
before the NFL.
I think he's gonna blow up like nationwide. Obviously, he's one of the biggest names in the NFL. If you're even like a quarter of an NFL fan, you know who Travis Kelce is. You know he's one of the best tight ends to ever do it. But for the people that don't, I really think, and it's so crazy because me and my mom have been saying this for years, like way before Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift were even a thought, that like he was going to go into like movies or acting or something post NFL. He's just got that like diva mentality, and I think he likes it. Donna said she put him in talent shows when he was younger. He was like performing. Like,
Love.
I always saw him in some capacity getting more involved in Hollywood. And now I think that he's involved with Taylor. That's just going to escalate even further.
For sure. We're going to see him in cameos, like movies. It's going to be great.
And the other thing about this before we move on is the funny, if the Golden Globes were on a Saturday night in LA, Travis Kelce would have been there.
Oh, 100%.
100%. Did we ever see Joe on a red carpet with her ever? What was Joe doing? At home watching? Joe could have been there and chose not to be there. Travis Kelce would drop whatever the fuck he was doing to be there and hold her hand and be her little puppy dog. And he would love every second of it.
And that's on that. I also saw real quick. I saw a report that said Olivia, her cat, has more of a net worth than Travis Kelce does.
By like $50 million.
It's incredible, and I love that. But before we go on and talk about the NFL, real quick, the other thing that happened at the Golden Globes was the Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Kaylee Teller.
How did I forget about
Kelly? Is it Kelly or Kaylee?
I think it's Kelly.
I think. And I was so excited to talk about it, but obviously as days have gone by, more things have occurred. But the initial thought was Selena Gomez walked up to Taylor Swift and Kelly Teller and basically said what people thought she said was she went up to Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner and asked Timothy for a photo, and Kylie said no, which I think is hilarious. If that were real, I wanted it to be real so bad because I thought that was so fun. Because like, let's just say that is what happened, right? Honestly, I love Selena. I love her to death. She is fantastic. We've always been Team Selena. But like, put yourself in that situation for a second. You're with your new hot boyfriend, and this girl, stunning, beautiful, unproblematic person, comes up to you, but you have conflicting friend groups. She comes up to you and says, "Can I take a picture with your man?" I'd say no too.
I absolutely would say no too.
I'd say no too.
Even if, no offense, even if there were no conflicting friend groups, even if this was just like another person, I would say, get away from my man.
Yeah.
Like, that's my territory. Okay. Mine.
But what happened was that apparently that was not the case because I screenshotted it so I could read it off. But Selena Gomez cleared it up. And also I think Timothée Chalamet also said like it was not true. But Selena Gomez commented something somewhere, but she wrote, "No, I told Taylor 2 of my friends hooked up, not that it's anyone's business." Yeah. So she must have said like, "Oh, these 2 people hooked up," or whatever. Which honestly, whatever.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is funnier.
I do too. And the pictures that came out of the 3 of them like gossiping, I was like, I literally want it framed on my wall. It's just so iconic. The one of Selena like holding Taylor back. I love it.
It's so good. It's so good. But yeah.
I want a wine night with Taylor Swift more than I want anything in this entire world. I'd give up everything for one wine night with Taylor Swift.
I agree. I would do that as well. Taylor Swift, come on the pod.
Please, we'll do anything.
We'll sip wine. We'll have a good time. It'll be fun.
Yes, we can talk about cats.
We can talk about cats.
Yeah.
I have cats. You can see them.
My mom is allergic, so I don't.
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed.
Yeah. We would have such a great time.
We would.
But let's start quickly going over the NFL playoffs as we enter technically week 19 here.
Ew.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the matchups here, but let me tell you, the NFL script writer's pen is flowing. They have a scenario, they have a storyline for almost every single game
Yes.
going into this weekend. It's absolutely just fantastic.
No, it's literally bonkers.
We have so game 1, we have Browns Texans. Even though he's not playing, Deshaun Watson situation there, right? You know, that revenge game, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Dolphins Chiefs. That in and of itself doesn't have a storyline, but it's on Peacock, so fuck that game.
Yeah, no, I'm fuming that game is on Peacock.
Don't even get me started. I could go on. But Steelers, Bills, there's not really a big storyline there, but I hope it's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Packers, Cowboys, Mike McCarthy revenge game.
Yep.
Rams, Lions.
Matthew Stafford.
Oh, the Matthew Stafford in Detroit. Oh, I'm so excited for that game. It's going to be fantastic. And then Monday, your Eagles will be playing the Buccaneers. And a photo was just released today of Baker Mayfield with tobacco tablets in his pocket, and now everybody is super stoked to watch the Bucs play the Eagles.
Do you know that Jalen Hurts' first playoff game was against the Bucs in Tampa, and it was awful?
Is that the one where they tanked?
Tanked. We were.
I remember that, and Giants fans were pissed. I remember.
No. This was a playoff game. We're awful. It was Jalen Hurts' first playoff game.
Gotcha.
Against Tom Brady in Tampa.
Well, that's a tough one to go up against for your first time. You know?
It is.
Do you want to do we like completely obliterated quick picks this past year. Sorry about that. But do you want to do a quick picks for each game here? All right, because there's only 6 games.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay.
That'll be the start of our playoff bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we'll do a little graphic or something.
Yes, that'd be so cute. We are literally coming up with this on the spot.
Yeah, it's fine. This is where our best work is doing, when we're recording. Okay, Browns, Texans.
Browns.
I agree. Browns. There's no way a veteran Joe Flacco comes in and loses to CJ Stroud.
This game is so hard for me though, because I like both of them this season. Like I want both of them to move on. But I feel like the Browns team overall is stronger. CJ Stroud is unbelievable. I think CJ Stroud is like the next Peyton Manning. I swear to God. Like I am obsessed with CJ Stroud.
Clip it.
Oh, now. No, I'm obsessed with him, but also rookie year, first playoff game. Like we just talked about, we saw what happened to Jalen Hurts in his first playoff game. Like, and he wasn't a rookie, but still, it's a different play. Joe Flacco, Super Bowl MVP, very used to it. So I'm taking the Browns.
100%. Me too. Dolphins, Chiefs.
Dolphins.
I'm gonna go Chiefs here because it's supposed to be cold as fuck.
Oh my God, it's supposed to be -4.
It's literally I saw real feel will be -9. And I can't imagine the Dolphins in their Miami Heat coming into Arrowhead and performing to the best of their ability.
I know. You're realistically so right. I just got a Tua jersey for Christmas that you know what? Maybe I won't wear it because this game is on fucking Peacock and I have no idea how to watch it.
I mean, good on Goodell though to trying to get those new football Swifties to buy Peacock to watch Travis Kelce.
Nope. You know what? Smart businessman.
Steelers, Bills.
No TJ Watt either.
No TJ Watt. Mason Rudolph. Fuck no. Give me the Bills all day.
What will you do? Are you and your brother going to be able to like talk that day?
Well, he'll be at work.
Okay.
So we'll see when he comes home, because I always spend Sunday at my parents' house, and my brother will come over when he's done with work to like have dinner. And so we'll see the situation, because
What?
last week he was obviously anti Bills because he needed the Dolphins. Well, he didn't need the Dolphins to win to get into the playoffs because the Jags lost.
That was
but
one of the scenarios.
yeah, but I did text him after the Bills won last week. I just texted him, "Go Bills," and he was just like, "Mm-hmm," and I was like, "I'm so excited. It's gonna.
What?
I think it's gonna be a good game, but I definitely think Josh Allen is gonna be like, not in my house, bitch."
What would you do if Mason Rudolph genuinely did knock the Bills out of the playoffs?
I'd have to reevaluate some things. I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie. It'd be rough.
I know.
It'd be rough, but I really don't think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
I'd like to think it's not gonna happen, but
Okay.
we'll see.
All right.
Packers, Cowboys.
Packers.
Packers.
I'm not going to pick the Cowboys.
I'm gonna pick the Cowboys.
Even though the Cowboys, aren't they like perfect at home this season or something?
Who cares? Packers.
Jordan Love. It is Jordan Love season, baby.
The stats go out the window with this one.
Yeah. It is sin to wear my Aaron Rodgers Packers jersey to support the Packers against the Cowboys?
Maybe we'll discuss that after this. So
okay,
we can talk about Aaron Rodgers a little bit.
Okay.
Rams, Lions. I'm going Lions too. I think this is gonna be a great game though.
I do too.
I think it's gonna be fan-freaking-tastic. But I'm gonna go Lions here. I hope the Lions make a good run. And finally, Eagles, Buccaneers. Goodbye. For our audio listeners, Jordyn just got up from her seat.
I'm gonna go Eagles. Sam.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're entirely valid for that. If we play the way we've played the last 2 or 3 weeks, Bucks win. So
yeah, I mean, this is not even. I mean, it's partially a Baker Mayfield thing, but also
the Eagles look like shit. So
I mean, Tyrod Taylor and the decrepit Giants. That was unreal.
Do you know that was the largest lead you've had? I think you guys went up like 17-0 initially, and the announcer was like,
season.
"Yep, no, Sam, not all season for the since 2012. That was the largest lead the Giants have ever had over the Eagles since 2012." And it was, I heard the announcer say that, and that's when I went, nope, and I muted the TV, and I was like, I don't want to hear anymore. I'm going to watch, but I'm not going to listen. Then halftime came. Sound never went back on, and I read my book for the second half.
I honestly had it off to the side, like on a different device, and I was watching Red Zone because I was like, I've never felt so confident in my life.
Yeah.
That this game is going to end the way that it should end.
Yep. Well,
there was
that. There was that.
Here we are. So the NFL playoffs, we're almost. We only just did. It was only 2 games that we were different on. Different. You picked the Dolphins and the Eagles, and I picked
Chiefs and Bucks.
I was like, who are the Dolphins playing? But yes. So very excited. I will not be watching that Chiefs game as a boycott, though.
Yep.
Although I might have to for work, so I might try and find an illegal stream, which is what I did for that Bills game that was on Peacock.
You found an illegal stream for it?
Mm-hmm. Actually, shout out to somebody who follows this podcast and constantly talks on Twitter with us. Matt Brick gave me a stream on Twitter for that Bills game, and it was perfection. It didn't buffer. It was incredible.
How do I get this for Chiefs Dolphins?
I don't know. It was a Bills website, so I think it was specifically for the Bill, because it was like I was getting like Canadian commercials, so it was a Buffalo stream. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we can find it someplace else. But nonetheless, before we end off this, well, really, really, really quick, I just wanted to show you this tweet from Antonio Brown. This girl want me in her uterus. Fuck it, I'm rich. Let's do it. With a woman holding up a positive pregnancy test. He's procreating.
Why? I'm afraid.
You know, there was another thing that he like posted something, some other tweet that
About Geno Smith?
No, I didn't see the one about Geno.
It was so funny.
Here I go to
He
AV's
literally
Twitter.
pulled up a tweet from like 2013 where he said like Geno Smith is going to be a baller or something. And he was like, I told them slur.
Oh.
Slur against us.
Oh my god, no, the one that I was thinking of, he pinned it to the top of his Twitter. And I thought it was going to be an actually like emotional tweet because it says severely emotionally unhinged. My brain is crippled by horniness. I feel so bad laughing because that man is so unwell. But I literally, when I was reading that, I was like, oh my god, he's come to terms. Like he's realizing
acknowledging.
he's not.
No.
He's just horny.
He's just horny. And now he has a child on the way. So
with some random woman. I don't know who that woman is.
I don't either.
I just had to share. But to finish off the show today, let's bring it back to Aaron Rodgers for a second. And there's a situation happening right now with Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel.
I've heard nothing about this.
You've heard nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. To make this short and sweet, as you know, every week Aaron Rodgers goes on the Pat McAfee show.
Yes.
And he just spews whatever's on his mind, and Pat and AJ Hawk just like fuel the fire, right?
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. I tune in every week just in case he says something outrageous.
I agree. I'm the same way.
Yeah. So he was talking, I think this was last week. He came out and he was talking about the Epstein list with all of these people. Yeah. With these people coming out about, you know, all these things happening with the island, blah, blah, whatever. You know the gist.
Yeah.
He then said more documents or more names or more lists. Something was going to come out, and he straight up said like, Jimmy Kimmel should be scared or something along those lines. Like he should be like, oh, Jimmy Kimmel should be aware of this. And everybody was like, what the fuck? And then Jimmy Kimmel, obviously defending his honor, went on his own show and was like, I don't know what the fuck this guy is saying. I am not on any list. I've never known Jeffrey Epstein. I never had anything to do with him. I never went anywhere for it. Like, that is a complete lie. And he said he was squirrel brained and concussed too many times, like whole fucking thing. And apparently this has been going on since COVID started, because Jimmy Kimmel has been very outwardly talking about how Aaron Rodgers has dealt with like the vaccine process and all that kind of stuff. So he's like constantly come out and said like, oh, like he said he's immunized and like all that stuff. So Aaron Rodgers and him apparently go back and forth all the time. And then Aaron Rodgers came back out again and was just like, I don't know why he's coming at me. Like, all I said was that and you want to know what? Aaron Rodgers will not be going on the Pat McAfee show anymore. Pat McAfee himself said. Yep. Yeah.
Do I have to stop loving Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know if you have to stop loving him, but we definitely might need to take a back seat on it real quick, because literally ESPN, I'm sure ESPN had something to do with it, but Pat McAfee himself was just like, I don't think I can have him on the show anymore because he just keeps saying crazy shit.
My baby. He's the last, honestly, like, I feel like it was ever since the mustache. Like, at that point,
one.
That was the big one. Like, it was like the second the mustache happened, since then it has been a downward spiral. And my mom already hated Aaron Rodgers before the mustache. She was like,
she did? I didn't know that.
She hates. She would not give me You know how much I love Aaron Rodgers. I asked for a Packers jersey, and my mom was like, no, I will. My dad got it for me for Christmas. So my mom was like, I'm not getting you an Aaron Rodgers jersey. My mom hates him.
Wait, I had no idea.
Oh, I never told you the story about the NFC Championship game against the 49ers?
No.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't the NFC Championship game. It was what? It was
what year?
When the Packers were the 1 seed and they had home field advantage and 49ers went in and beat them.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the championship game, was it?
It was the divisional round.
Yes. So I'm watching with my family, and honestly, there's so much about this game that's so funny. So I'm watching this game with my family. It was a snowy game, super low scoring. Like, that game was supposed to, it was easily Packers at that point. And all of a sudden the 49ers started taking it away, and it was a low scoring game to begin with. So every movement was scary. And then I started getting to the point where I was like, the Packers are going to lose. And I was disheveled because at that point it was very much like Aaron Rodgers is leaving Green Bay or retiring. It was done.
Yeah.
And I watched the Packers losing. I'm getting emotional. I'm like, this is one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. This may be the last time I ever see him play in Lambeau. This may be the last time he's ever in a football jersey. This is probably going to be the last time he's in a Packers jersey. Spoiler, it was none of those things. He literally went back to Green Bay anyway. But I'm freaking out. My mom and sister's boyfriend are laughing in my face, saying what a horrible person he is. As I'm like, my world is falling apart. I storm in my bedroom, slam the door, and watch that game on my TV like this in silence. And I just watched the game end because I was like, if this is the last time Aaron Rodgers is playing football, I need to absorb every second. So that just shows, it's bad.
That is, I did not know that.
Right? And do you want to hear something so funny? Me and Brian were texting during this game, nowhere near dating. Nowhere fucking close near dating. Me and Brian are texting during that game, and he was like, I bet the 49ers. And I reamed him. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, how dare you bet against Aaron Rodgers at home in Green Bay? First fight we ever had. Nowhere near date. We didn't start dating until 2 years after that. Literally. And I tore him to shreds over Aaron Rodgers.
Well, yeah, I'm not really sure where to stand on Aaron Rodgers right now. I won't say that I dislike him. I don't think I could ever really dislike him, but I could kind of take a back seat for a bit. But this is the tweet that I saw. So it says, Pat McAfee announced today that the Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers will no longer appear as a guest on his show for the remainder of the NFL season. This decision was most likely made by McAfee himself, as he is creative control and control of guest booking. So,
holy shit.
Yep. It's just, I'm surprised you haven't seen. You just go onto the McAfee Twitter, and there's 6-7 minute long clips of just everything that he's said, and then watch Kimmel's reaction and rebuttal.
Aaron!
Well, I am always so excited when I get to share things with you for the first time. It is one of my favorite things about this show is getting your live reaction.
No, literally. I save stories. Do you know how I feel like we've been texting less and less, and it's because I'm scared to tell you things ahead of the podcast. My car accident, my little car accident. I was like, I can't text her this. I need to tell her on the pod.
Yeah, we do save a lot of things for this hour-long FaceTime that we have.
We do.
Every week.
And we get to share it with all of you. Yes. And if you like our hour-long FaceTimes, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Give this video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. And make sure you're following us on all of our other socials at the Unsolicited_podcast for TikTok, Instagram, and Threads, at Sam and Jordyn on Twitter. And if you are an audio listener, find us wherever you get your podcasts, and we will be back next week. Hopefully, if the Eagles.
That was one of your best outros there.
Thank you.
No slip-ups, no thinking.
No, I'm getting the hang of this thing.
It's almost already been a year. You're getting there.
31 episodes.
Bye.
Bye.